Think hard, focus on what I'm saying, and see if you can come up with the answer to this question. This is a problem, and your task is to solve it. Here's the problem. A man builds a house with 4 sides. It is rectangular, and each side has a southern exposure. A big bear wanders by. The question for you: what color is the bear? What color is the bear? What color is the bear?
White.
White! Yes! The bear is white. What color is your bear?
White.
White! Yes! White! You figured he's smart? He knows what's going on? Why not pick him up? Yes! White is right. Do you know why it's white?
I would guess if it has 4 southern exposures, the house is sitting on the North Pole.
Excellent. You're geniuses. That's exactly right. If a house has 4 southern exposures, it must be on the top of the world, and the only bear that lives on the top of the world is a polar bear or white. You did so well, I'd like to give you another little test. If a doctor gave you 3 pills and told you to take one every half hour, this one I want you to write down on the piece of paper in front of you. How long would they last? A doctor gave you 3 pills and told you to take one every half hour. How long would they last? Okay? I'm cheating. Okay, very good. What is your answer?
Half an hour.
1/2 hour? Why?
Because the doctor said they last a half, or take one every half an hour.
So how would they last half an hour then?
Because the doctor said to take one every half an hour, so that must be the duration of when they last.
Oh, isn't that interesting? She took the question to mean that the lasting effect of the pill is for half an hour, so they would last, therefore, in terms of their medication, for half an hour. She gave me a solution, did she not, to a problem which I gave her. Is the solution what I'm looking for? No. That's why problem solving is very interesting. All right, what would you say? I know it's white, I know. Yes, it's white. What would you say?
1 hour.
1 hour. How many of you put down an hour and a half? Raise your hand. An hour and a half. Yes. Now, the reason you thought it's an hour and a half is because the way you solved the problem did not really focus on everything I said. And when we don't pick up the data properly, sometimes the solution would not come out right. And you said how much?
1 hour.
1 hour. Would you please tell all of us, why did it take 1 hour?
Well, you're assuming you're going to take the first pill when the doctor gets through talking to you.
So let's say that's at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Then a half an hour later, you take the second pill.
And that would be 9:30.
Okay. And then in the next 30 minutes, you take the third pill.
And that would be
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So one at 9 o'clock, one at 9:30, and one at 10 o'clock. How long would they last, those 3 pills?
Anyhow.
1 hour. Very good. 1 hour. That's the correct answer to that question. You see, sometimes our mind uses experiences and knowledge that we've had in the past to solve the problems that we have in front of us today. And sometimes that just doesn't work. Problems have life cycles that can be divided into 3 stages. The first stage is called the emergent stage. The emergent stage is where the problem has no immediate threat. It would be equivalent to your car having a low level of oil in it. You can still drive the car for a while, and once you put more oil in your car, the problem would be solved. It's not of immediate threat. It's an emergent stage in problem solving. The second stage is called the mature stage. That is where the problem is more than a minor nuisance. Some damage has already been done. That would be like you driving your car with a worn bearing. If you don't change the bearing, your car will break down. Some damage has been done, and you need to pay close attention to fixing the bearing in your car. And then the third stage is called the crisis stage. That's when the problem is now life-threatening to the organization. And if this problem is not fixed, the organization could cease to function effectively or cease to function altogether. That would be equivalent to you driving your car on a very busy highway with no oil or very little oil, with the heat temperature very, very high and smoke coming out of your engine. It is crisis time, and you are going to break down and cannot use that car anymore. The emergent stage, the mature stage, and the crisis stage. Obviously, the easiest and the best stage, which should be taken care of in terms of problem solving, is at the emergent level. At the emergent level, you can solve the problem and move on. The resources demanded will not have to be heavy and great. Once the problem gets to the mature level, it becomes more complicated. And at the crisis level, who knows if it could even be solved to any satisfactory position. Let us now discuss the 7 steps that you and I as managers must follow if you and I are going to solve problems in our organization, in our departments, even for us personally. These are 7 proven